Okay, Cannes is in full effect right now. We got to talk about the Megalopolis reactions, reviews that are coming out. So the film had its big premiere. Francis Ford Coppola, Adam Driver, Aubrey Plaza, even Shia LaBeouf was in the mix. And so they had this big premiere and everything today. And the reviews started to come in a couple of hours later. And it got crazy. It got crazy. But it's what I expect. Foremost, before we get any further into this, I want to let you know we are running a giveaway. All you have to do to enter the giveaway is be subscribed to the channel and comment below what you think about Megalopolis. Are you excited or not? And will you be watching it? No distribution in the US as of yet. It will have a distribution in Europe right now, but I'm pretty sure there will be some way it gets shown, right? Well, let's talk about some of these reactions, which were just everywhere. Like when I'm telling you everywhere, it was kind of crazy. I was expecting a split, but some people really liked it. Some people really hated it. Some people were in the middle still. And it's just a film that is going to be insanity, right? Some people are saying this is the new Babylon. So we'll see what happens with that. But some of the things I've seen are people calling it insufferable. Some are saying that it is a mad genius work, and other people are saying that they still don't know how they feel about it. So one of the things I want to get into before is the insane scene where we already talked about this in my previous video I did for the Megalopolis, Everything We Know. There's a scene in the film where somebody that's like, let's say we all go to the theater to watch it, right? So it's playing on the screen. We're there, we're enjoying it. And then somebody's going to walk in and they're going to stand right in front of the screen and talk to Adam Driver's character as they are delivering a press conference. The character questions and the character will talk back to them. So that apparently is a thing. It happened at the Cannes premiere, and I'm not sure how they're going to devise this around the world whenever it's playing. Will there just be nobody talking and Adam Driver's characters answering questions, or what the case will be? I'm not sure. Maybe they did some ADR for it after and they'll just put it in. Depending, maybe on the first screenings, they'll try and get somebody to come in and do that. Or maybe you'll be a lucky winner when you go see the movie and it'll say on your ticket, the movie's free, but you just got to go up and do this while you're watching the film. Something like that. I think that could be worth something. And then you could put it on your credits that you starred in Megalopolis as reporter number 2, 3. I don't know how the scene really plays out, but apparently that's a thing. So we'll see what happens with that. But the reviews and all of that, let's get right into some of them right here. So we're just going to go on Rotten Tomatoes. We'll skim through it. I don't know how I feel about Rotten Tomatoes as a thing to judge things because their Rotten Tomatoes percentage thing is all wacky. Not really something you should listen to. But let's see. Top critics. So we do have... Let's start right here with David Elric, who is from IndieWire. He writes in this short little snippet that Rotten Tomatoes has, with Megalopolis, Francis Ford Coppola crams 85 years worth of artistic reverence and romantic love into a clunky, garish, and transcendently sincere manifesto about the role of an artist at the end of an empire, and they gave it a B+. From Rolling Stone, we have David Fear, who says, it is exactly the movie that Coppola set out to make, uncompromising, uniquely intellectual, unabashedly romantic, broadly satirical, yet remarkably sincere about wanting not just brave new worlds, but better ones. So we do have from Vanity Fair here, Richard Lawson writes, this is the junkiest of junk drawer movies, a slap-together hash of Coppola's many disparate inspirations. What really tanks the movie, though, is its dateness. That's something I've read a lot before as well. When looking into the film, is that it does feel very dated, and I'll talk about that in a bit. We have David Rooney from The Hollywood Reporter saying, I can't say I was always engaged over its 2-hour plus runtime, but I was always curious about where it was going next. Is it a good movie? Not by a long stretch, but it's not one that can easily be dismissed either, which I find interesting. So many people saying that is you have to really take it into account, right? And so those were just some of the reviews right there from Rotten Tomatoes. There's a couple other ones, but I just wanted to get a quick gauge of how it is. It's very much so split if you go on there. And currently, if we're doing the percentage scores and all that, because that's what Rotten is known for, it's at a 48%, so it's right down the middle split. And it's going to be interesting to see how this movie ends up performing for general audiences, especially because when you go to Cannes or you go to a film festival, these films, not really those films that are presented to the general audience, because we if we are watching film all the time and all that, we know we get into these movies that, I don't want to use the word pretentious, but they are more not really trying to deliver a fun time at the film, if you know what I mean. I get it. I'm gonna go watch the Marvel film and I'm not looking for anything besides some good popcorn fun, just like Godzilla vs. Kong, and then I'll go to another film, like let's say right now playing I Saw a TV Glow, which I think is a film that you really want to think about and sit with. By the way, my favorite film of the year so far, and it's two different things, right? Like Godzilla vs. Kong is something, I Saw a TV Glow is something else. So I think Megalopolis is one of those films that fits into that side with I Saw a TV Glow, where it's trying to do more than just entertain you. It wants to sort of teach you something, I feel. And Francis Ford Coppola has talked about this as well, that this is something that he's written because of the United States and how the state he sees it in and all of that, which I get into the Everything We Know video, which if you want to go check that out. I'm curious to see what exactly Francis Ford Coppola thinks about the reception it's getting, because this has been a project they've apparently been working on for the past 40 years through rewrites and restructuring and at times scrapping the whole thing, and now they were able to bring it to the general audience. It's already been screened multiple times and it has premiered at the most prestigious film festival, and now the reception is split. So I'm curious to see what the distribution thing will look like now for this film. We do know it's getting a European distribution. We don't know anywhere else. And then The Guardian released a piece about Coppola's antics with this movie and everything, from some allegations of crew members on site. And I'll link all of these articles if you want to check it out as well below, and let me know what you think about it. But at the end of the day, this is a film that also has a lot going on for it. Apparently people are saying in some of the reviews and stuff that some of the actors, it felt like they were acting on different things. Some of them were doing their lines in some like fashion and the others in another, and it just felt very disjointed together. Other people are also calling out the fact that this film doesn't really try to do a cohesive story of sorts, which I sometimes don't really care about that regard when it comes to film, because I think film is a visual medium first. It doesn't necessarily have to be narrative focused, and if it's just trying to present multiple things at the same time to you and do its own thing, that's fine. I don't think there are many rules when it comes to film, but it does have to be entertaining, right? That's one of the things with film. It does have to keep you engaged, at least. Not entertaining, maybe that wasn't the word. So I don't know where I fall with Megalopolis, but I'm definitely interested in seeing what this is. Somebody said whether you loved it or you hated it, you gotta admit to everybody it's one of those films you gotta watch once. So that's what I'm going with. We'll watch it and we'll see where we fall for it whenever it finds distribution, if it does, and we'll get back to it. So let me know what you think about the reactions so far that this film has gotten, and if you're still interested in watching it in the comments down below, because that way you can enter our giveaway at 30,000 subscribers. 2 winners will be announced. So make sure you subscribe and comment to enter that giveaway. But as always, I'll see all of you next time. Stay safe, stay positive.